Ever feel like you're just drowning in information? You're trying to make the right call, but it all feels impossible? Well, in this explainer, we're going to unpack a skill that's basically your personal life raft for all that chaos. It's called critical thinking.
I mean, seriously, have you ever wondered about this? We all know those people who just seem to breeze through tough decisions and complex problems. They handle it all with so much clarity, and it makes you wonder, right? What is their secret?
Well, here's the thing. It's not some secret superpower they were born with. It's a skill. And it's an incredibly powerful one that can unlock your potential in, well, pretty much every part of your life. So, let's dive in and really understand what it is.
Okay, so what exactly is this power of thinking? I can pretty much guarantee it's not what you assume. And to really get it, first we've got to bust a really common myth about what critical thinking actually means.
And this right here is the big one. A lot of people think critical thinking just means being argumentative, just shooting down other people's ideas to win a debate. But that's not it at all. It's actually a constructive, disciplined process of building a solid, well-reasoned judgment.
And here's the most empowering part. Critical thinking is not some gift you're either born with or you're not. No way. It's a skill. And that's fantastic news because it means you can develop it. It's just like a muscle. The more you intentionally work it out, the stronger it's going to get.
So why even bother building this muscle? Well, the payoff is huge. In your personal life, it helps you build stronger relationships through better communication and more empathy. Professionally, oh man, it's one of the top skills employers are desperate for right now. Honestly, this is what separates real leaders and innovators from everyone else who's just following instructions. So, where do we start? Well, this whole journey of critical thinking begins right inside your own head. Before you can clearly analyze the world around you, you've got to understand the instrument you're using to see it in the first place, your own mind.
Just think about that for a second. To become a master critical thinker, you first have to become an expert explorer of your own mental landscape. You have to learn its unique terrain, find its hidden paths, and, most importantly, know where all the potential pitfalls are hiding.
And every good explorer needs a map and a compass, right? For this inner journey, these two tools are essential. Think of mindfulness as your compass. It helps you just observe your thoughts in the moment without getting all swept away by them. And journaling? That's your map. It lets you create a tangible record of your inner world so you can start to spot patterns and uncover hidden beliefs.
But here's a heads up. As you start charting this inner territory, you're going to find it's not all clear paths and smooth sailing. We all have hidden cognitive biases. These are like systematic errors in our thinking that can lead us totally astray without us even realizing it. And that brings us to our next step. To navigate all the complexities both in our minds and out in the world, we need the right equipment. So, it's time to build your toolkit.
The absolute cornerstone of your toolkit, the one thing you can't do without, is logical reasoning. Think of it as your North Star. It's the process that keeps you on a valid path from the evidence to a sound conclusion. It really is the backbone of thinking clearly.
This shows you the difference between a sound path and a flawed one. On the left, logical reasoning is a straight line. If the starting points are true, the conclusion has to be true. Simple. But on the right, you have logical fallacies, and these are super persuasive because they often prey on our emotions and biases. They feel right, but they are flawed shortcuts that lead straight to false conclusions.
Of course, having the tools isn't enough. You also need the right mindset to use them. Curiosity is the engine that drives you to ask why. Open-mindedness is the courage to actually consider that you might be wrong. And intellectual humility, that's the wisdom to recognize that no matter how much you know, there's always more to learn.
Okay, so we've got the tools and the right mindset. But what about those hidden traps we mentioned earlier? To be a truly great thinker, you have to become an expert at spotting and dodging the mental pitfalls of cognitive biases.
Let's talk about confirmation bias. It's one of the most powerful and sneaky mental shortcuts out there. See, our brains want to be right, so they unconsciously filter reality to confirm whatever we already believe. Just think about your social media feed. The algorithm often shows you exactly what it knows you'll agree with, creating this perfect little echo chamber that makes your own views seem like the undeniable truth.
So how do we fight back? You have to be intentional. You have to make it a habit to seek out smart people who disagree with you. Actively try to prove yourself wrong. Ask yourself, what's the best argument against my position? This takes that intellectual humility we talked about, the strength to put finding the truth above your need to be right.
All right, we've done the internal work. We've mapped our minds, built our toolkit, and learned to spot the traps. Now it's time to put these skills into action and see how they help us make smarter choices in the real world.
Whenever you're faced with a complex problem, this 5-step process is your guide. It forces you to slow down, break the challenge apart, and gather all sorts of information before you even think about jumping to a conclusion. This is what critical thinking looks like in action.
And to really nail that crucial first step, define the problem. Here's a super powerful technique, the 5 whys. Instead of just solving the surface-level symptom, you repeatedly ask why, again and again. This simple method helps you dig down and down until you finally uncover the true root cause of the issue.
As we wrap up, I really want you to remember this powerful idea. In a world that often rewards absolute certainty, the real goal of critical thinking isn't just to be right. It's to get closer to what's right. And true intellectual strength is found in the willingness to change your mind when you see new, better evidence.
So here's my challenge to you. What is one assumption you hold that you'll question today? It doesn't have to be some monumental belief. Start small, because the journey to becoming a clearer, more critical thinker begins not with an answer, but with a single honest question.